Da Alemanha, from Germany, Dmitrij GER. De Portugal, from Portugal, Marcos Freitas. Os árbitros são, the officials are, primeiro árbitro, umpire, do Brasil, from Brazil, Leonor de Mário. Árbitro assistente, assistant umpire, do Brasil, from Brazil, Marco Aurélio Mancini.
So the final of the 2011 Brazil Open is right here. It's the men's event. Still got with me Thiago Monteiro. How do you see it?
Yeah, well, good match. I would say OVTCHAROV, he's shown a very solid game so far. A little bit favorite, but yeah, FREITAS is very talented. He has, I think, good weapons to bother Dmitrij in his game. So yeah, let's see. At least I hope it's better than the women's singles final.
Yeah, that was a bit of a disappointment, it has to be said. OVTCHAROV right in the shot there, has got a Pro Tour winning medal to his name. He beat Thiago Apollonia by 4-0. That was 7, 8, 9 and 5. That was in the semi-finals. He also beat Jean-Michel Saive 4-0, 6, 10, 3 and 9. And Niagol Stoyanov of Italy 7, 4, 9 and 7. So he had one more against Chile's Felipe Olivares in the first round, and that was 6, 5, 7 and 5. So he's not actually given up a game yet, which shows that he is really intense, very, very strong mentally, and he's got something about his style that suggests that he just loves to win, and this will be a big, big event for him. He's number 1 seed, of course, that makes a big difference. Freitas comes from the middle of the pack because he managed to upset, well, certainly the Singapore player earlier, Tan Chan, who took an early lead, and in fact he also upset a Singaporean in the previous matches round as well, Lee Hu, when he was 2 down. So he's a fighter, there's no doubt about that. Marcos Freitas of Portugal. It was 4-2 in that semi-final against Chan Chan, and it was 4-3, 11-6 in the 7th against Lee Hu. He also accounted for Philip Floritz, and that was another 4-3. So he's had a lot of action here at the Brazil Open. In the singles, he demolished Alejandro Rodriguez of Chile in the first round. That was 6, 1, 5 and 6. But he's had a lot of action in the last 3 rounds, and that may just stand him in good stead. You never know. Freitas is the underdog, but he's the guy with a lot of spirit, a lot of heart, and he certainly won't be giving it away. There he is on the left in the all black gear, a little bit of trim, the green trim in front as well. But OVTCHAROV, the boy originally from Kiev, Ukraine, and then went with family to Dusseldorf, and is now a proud representative of Germany, and certainly was part of that team, famously winning the silver medal in Beijing in 2008 and the silver medal in Moscow in 2010 last year. So great experience inside the body of that 22-year-old in shot right there. He's got a peculiar service style that was really recognized as a unique contribution to table tennis when it first appeared. Freitas, we know Thiago is very familiar to you. He's played in the circuit in Europe for many years and has got great style as well. So this is going to be an interesting. It's a Europe v Europe battle in the middle of South America.
Yeah, it's an interesting match. Both players came all the way through the final, of course with a lot of merit. Different ways. Dmitrij was very solid, didn't give any chance to his opponent. Freitas, he showed a lot of intensity and courage to overcome some difficult situations in the early rounds. Yeah, both they have their merits. Ovtcharov, he looks very intense since first match. Very focused. You didn't see him around a lot in the tournament. He comes, he does his job, and he goes away. He practice. Let's see.
Yeah, he comes as favourite, of course, as number 1 seed, and at the other end of that 32 singles draw was Bastian Steger, who went out against Jian. So that really upset one of the favourites to oppose him. So coming through at this stage, you have to say that FREITAS is going to be up against a very intense Ovtcharov. Let's see whether they can do it. The last time they met, World Junior Championships in 2005. Ovtcharov was the winner, 4-2 on that occasion.
Let 0-1.
That ball is going to come back with a lot of speed and a lot of action on it. There again, it's just a little bit quicker than what he's been used to previously.
Yeah, of course. But as I imagine, FREITAS is very good at adapting to other styles. So not a big surprise if he starts a little bit slow and finally he finds his way in the game. That's what happened in previous rounds. Not surprised if it happens again in final.
Let 0-4.
Amazing. Going from one side of the table to the other, and Ovtcharov doing the 100-meter sprint at times to get across there. But well, first point on the board there for FREITAS, greeted with good applause from the crowd. Did well on the forehand side, then the backhand let him down. 1-5. Towel down, of course, at 6 points. Next one will be at 12. See, that's clever, isn't it? I mean, he's dynamic and he loves the strong power play, but he can also play those beautiful touches.
Yeah, of course, Dmitrij, for me, he's a very good competitor. He thinks about the game a lot, and he's very good at finding solutions within his game. I mean, he is always finding a way to win points.
2-7.
They're closely matched in terms of age. Obviously, if they were in the World Juniors together, then you just think that was the case. It's 23 years old, FREITAS. So really the future of European table tennis, if not world table tennis, is right here.
Yeah, I think, Ovtcharov is already, let's say, present. FREITAS is...
He's a wannabe, yeah.
No, I mean, he's great already. He's in the final of Pro Tour. He's having good results. But because we are talking about these two players, if you want to compare, he's still a little bit in advantage of Ovtcharov. He's Olympic medalist and World Championships medalist. So it's another kind of player.
7-4. For 8.
last year, FREITAS actually was a winner on the Pro Tour with the doubles. He got in the last 16 in Poland, but he won the doubles, which is a good effort.
4-9.
Dmitrij, on the other hand, has actually won a singles event on the Pro Tour in his time. So they have tasted success. 4-9.
5-9.
Quick to react to that, and a nice big wind up as well. Really did let rip with that. This time it doesn't work. It's 5 game points here to OVTCHAROV of Germany. It's the first game. Oh, super inside out. Wow.
That's very well played from FREITAS. I mean, he received quite good service now, short, low. Dmitrij cannot be aggressive at any way, and right away he goes to forehand. It's great tactic.
Good service, and that's normally very dependable backhand from OVTCHAROV. Goes to net. Another couple of points, put pressure on. That's a good one to start with. That's 8, 10-8. Well, he's done well to pick up 3 points in a row there.
Yeah, I think as you can feel already so far, OVTCHAROV is always running to use his backhand when he returns the service, try to open again, to be aggressive. So it's one opening there when FREITAS managed to confuse him and force him to use his forehand side. He always get a better ball to play with.
And that's it, it's 11-8 in the first, and OVTCHAROV is on the road. It's yeah, it's a very, very impressive. He really, really winds up that backhand. It's a vicious backhand, and when it works, by golly, watch out. Superb. You wouldn't want to face it, that's for sure. Well, I wouldn't. Maybe you would.
No, I would like to play both. I mean, I'm a competitor as well. I've already played both players, which is nice to see them in finals. I played twice against Dmitrij. I won one time and lost the other. Yeah, of course, it's a long time ago. And one of these times, it was in Brazil Open quarterfinals. One year that he was semi-finalist, I don't remember when. And if I'm not wrong, I played against FREITAS in the same tournament, and I beat him in second round to meet after Dmitrij in quarterfinals in the same tournament. It's coincidence now.
That's fantastic, isn't it?
That I just thought about it now.
That is really, really interesting. And now these guys have come on to a level which, you know, most people aspire to. They've really, really improved their game. And of course, when you get over your injury, you'll be back in training trying to do exactly the same again. Well, we wish you well with that. Here we go. It's the second game. And men's singles final here in Brazil.
0-all.
A change of serve, and that high ball toss and getting down is also, there's a Japanese Ouija, I think they call that that ball that comes really very, very from high. It's almost a kind of forehand, but it's a peculiar one, very, very strange. He's doing now, he's bringing the changes, isn't he, with these serves?
Yeah, he's bringing the change. I don't know, it's very surprising to see OVTCHAROV doing this serve. Usually he uses when he has, or rather he's winning very easy or he's really in bad situation to change something, but it's not the case now, so maybe he's just trying to see if it works.
Had to force it a little bit too much there, but really good defense from FREITAS.
2-all.
He's certainly very focused, determined to win this championship. And that's what it's about. Not so much the flowers, more the trophy, I would have thought, but very beautiful flowers, let me tell you. The flowers, you get loads of those at carnival time, do you?
Sorry?
You get loads of flowers at carnival time.
Yeah, exactly.
Great too.
Carnival.
Well, that's a big disappointment for Freitas there. He was in that point, pushing Ovtcharov all over the place, and then suddenly, ouch. That hurt. Oh.
2-4.
You have to say, that was special.
That was passion. I mean, when he hits the ball, it's a good timing. Not many players can do much with this ball, I tell you. Surprisingly, Ovtcharov came with his service from the backhand corner with forehand side. It's a little bit unusual. Maybe he's practicing this more often.
Well, I guess a guy who's developing his game still like Ovtcharov, he's looking at all the options, seeing what he's got to do to play against different players, different countries, different strategies. It's also very good.
4-all.
Freitas the fighter. He's got a new name. That was a good serve. That was the famous serve. Tough to cope with that huge, huge cut. And even when you do, you get hammered with the forehand. Look at the heavy wrist on this as well. Wow.
Yeah. Very, very powerful forehand. Nothing to do.
5-6.
He will take a towel down every single opportunity, I can tell you. Never does he give up on one. He always wants that moment. Maybe he doesn't need it to actually wipe the sweat away. He needs it just to get his mental game together, to keep it together. Listen to that shout, and then he's got a good advantage here in this second. And then another one. So tough to beat him mentally, let alone the physical side of it. It's 8-5. Unlucky there for Freitas, the right idea, but he's being dominated by the very aggressive Ovtcharov. Great counter punching, unfortunately for Freitas. He misses the big one that counted, but that was a fabulous rally.
Fabulous rally, yeah, nothing to say. Even if he missed this ball, Dmitrij is taking control of almost every point.
It's game point, and that is it. It's 11-5 in the second. So Ovtcharov from Germany immediately takes a 2-game-to-love lead. And really, he's taken this one by the scruff of the neck. Freitas put up some resistance early, kept fighting back to level things, but when push came to shove, Ovtcharov had the answers. And he looks absolutely, well, he is a dog with a bone. He is not going to let this one go, let me tell you.
Yeah, he's very focused, very intense in everything he's doing. When he makes one unusual mistake or he try something that he's not supposed to, right after he put himself back in track and and play in the right way. Yeah, I think Freitas has to find new system, new way of playing, because if he stays like that, the game is today is just too good for Ovtcharov.
Well, we saw some counter attacks from deep earlier. Don't know quite whether that will work, but it's difficult to know which way you can turn, because he's got so many options ultimately.
Yeah.
Freitas comes back to the table. He will be ever optimistic, of course. And as I've said many times, he is a fighter. He won't give up any point without a huge effort. But at 11-8 and 11-5, it's all looking very ominous. We're in the final of the Brazil Open 2011. Freitas of Portugal versus Ovtcharov of Germany.
At 0-all. One zero.
Filip Floritz, who just saw there going through the crowd, he's had a good tournament until he met Freitas. And it was 4-3, went to 11-8 in the 7th. Dear. A loopy lobby, we haven't seen him, there he is. And there with Steger, the winners. And it's all the German-Austrian empire there building.
2-1.
You would have recognized the big guy in the middle, the supervisor actually of this tournament here, on behalf of the ITTF, of course, coordinating everything. Karl Jindrak, very famous down here in Brazil.
1-3.
He's won many Pro Tour events. In fact, I got a feeling he's won 10, together with Werner Schlager, something like that.
Yeah.
Big doubles player.
1-4.
Yeah, the match is slipping away for Freitas if he doesn't find something right now. I mean, take some risk, change a little bit his style. In this
5-1.
sense, I mean, at least today, of course, he probably played against Dmitrij in leagues, in German leagues or Europeans or whatever, and he may have succeeded before. But today is not working, so he has to find a new way. And I think he should be a little bit more aggressive and stay a little bit closer to the table.
Well, there's the aggressive bit, that's for sure. And he did exactly as you instructed, got as close as he could. 5-2, Ovtcharov still in control.
Of course, it's a little bit more risky, but has to try it now.
Five.
I think, you know, even now he won the point. I think was a good ball for Ovtcharov. He missed a little bit judgment in which spin the ball had. But yeah, this kind of return, if he gives it the ball too slow, Ovtcharov has a lot of time to prepare his stroke and lose a lot of power. If Freitas managed to reduce a little bit the timing for Ovtcharov, he can eventually have good balls to work with.
He's fought back well, he's got 3 in a row. And he's taking a timeout here. Is that Ovtcharov's timeout? I think it might
Yeah,
be.
Ovtcharov timeout.
Losing 3 like that is obviously, he would like to get this done without losing a single game. That would be a very proud boast in any Pro Tour event, to go right through the tournament without conceding a game. He hasn't lost one yet. He's 2-0 up in this singles final. So all eyes are on the boy, but he's responding well. He's a superb athlete. Could have played any sport he wanted, looking at him.
Great competitor. I think he's very tough mentally, doesn't give up.
Okay, 4-5.
So 4-5. Ovtcharov in the lead, just. Try that counter-attack from the backhand right into his body. It didn't work, so 5-all, and that really is a tremendous fight back by FREITAS to come back to square things. 4 points in a row. Going to go down the line in a minute. And it did. Great work. Energy sapping smashes there from Ovtcharov. Super defense from FREITAS. Ultimately, he had to succumb. It was that down the line, change of direction, and then back again onto his backhand side that did the damage. Good that, wasn't it? I enjoyed that.
Yeah, nice rally. Yeah, I think, you know, it's a pity now because that kind of return I was talking about, FREITAS was very precise on the receive. He had a not very bad ball to work with, or a lot of merits for Ovtcharov that he still managed to win point, but he was not very comfortable. He anticipated a little bit the attack of FREITAS. I think he has to look for this, change the rhythm, especially since the return. And yeah, be a little bit more aggressive. If you give a lot of time for Ovtcharov, he's in his comfort zone and he's very, very difficult to beat.
5-8.
Oh, that's a big error. The boys from Sao Paulo.
9-5.
A couple of errors there, and that really is very disappointing after fighting so hard. 9-5, Ovtcharov. Close to taking the third. And now at 10-5, even closer. 5 game points. And that was, you know, he's got so many options where to play that ball. Let's see which way this is going to go. He's going short. Fantastic, 11-5, and you have to hand it to Ovtcharov. He came back through very strongly. He'd taken the opening exchange as well, went to 5-1. Big FREITAS fight back to 5-all. And then, after a timeout, Ovtcharov got his brain together, got his act together, and took the third. It's 3-0 in favor of Dmitrij Ovtcharov of Germany in the final of the men's singles in Brazil.
You see a player like Dmitrij Ovtcharov, he has a lot of options after his service. He's really prepared for this, so he obviously thinks a lot about tactic, but for him to win matches, especially this one today, is matter of putting himself together, putting his game in a good way. It doesn't tend to depend that much on what the opponent is doing, because he will put his power on the game and work a lot and make the player play the way he wants. FREITAS, he has a little bit more, at least to me, a capacity to adapt, but sometimes he has to force himself to go a little bit further and get out of his comfort zone to win more points, at least on this match.
You can see the setup there on the graphic. It's 3-0 in games to Dmitrij Ovtcharov of Germany. We're in the fourth. Doesn't matter whether you defend in the middle of the table or out on the flanks, out on the wings. Ovtcharov is right there in your face. It's so discouraging. I've been watching him very closely, you know, Thiago, and Ovtcharov moves his bat around in his grip so much. He really has a lot of movement there. It's whether it's a forehand, backhand, or whatever he's doing, there's so much tactile movement on the bat. He missed that one.
Exactly. It's because he has a grip that for some balls he prepares before for backhand, and for others he has to change to use his forehand. So different than other players that hold it almost same way to play backhand or forehand. I mean, almost every player changes a little bit when they go from forehand side to backhand side, but Dmitrij is doing it a lot, especially also the position a little bit of his wrist.
Oh, that's superb.
4-1.
He is in a hurry to take the title here. 3-0 in games, 4-1 in points, and he's zipping along with great speed. We've lost the ball, have we? Or is that a timeout call?
Yes, a red gave him a yellow card.
This is a yellow card.
Yep.
Oh, he's just walked away and a yellow card's been given because he didn't. Oh,
Sorry.
okay, maybe you can explain.
Well, I didn't understand. I didn't understand why Ovtcharov was arguing.
Here.
I mean, he well, there was a yellow card from the umpire because maybe FREITAS he just kicked
Walked
it,
away without, okay.
without asking or whatever. So I think it was a little bit too much from the referee. FREITAS is very calm guy, and I didn't see any kind of disrespect or anything. Well, Ovtcharov, he's asking. I also don't know why, because he's leading, has to be focused on what he's doing, but he's kind of player that has tendency to complain about everything if it's not going his way.
Okay.
Well, great player, great champion, but sometimes this is a bit too much also from him.
4-1.
Well, he's certainly focusing on his players. They just warm up here, and he's got the service. He's in control. 4-1. That's a really, really good timeout called then. Pick up that point. 4-2. Now you can get a towel down as well. So trying to slow the pace of it, and I think that's probably a good idea for FREITAS because it's intense, isn't it? At the moment. The pressure's on him all the time.
Yeah, I think FREITAS accidentally or not or intentionally he broke the ball and threw it away. I don't know. He's normally calm guy. Okay, it's normal then to have a yellow card if that happened.
Precision again from Ovtcharov. Draws the applause. It's 2-5. It might be a new ball, but the story is still the same. Do you think he meant it?
Yeah.
It's like he's shouting in a cathedral here. It comes back to him, echoing around this Maracanãzinho Stadium.
6-3.
That was a good block, wasn't it, on that backhand side from the lefty, FREITAS. Oy, well, he's so quick to be on that one. It wasn't the world's worst drop, but gosh, the speed of Ovtcharov. He's really intense. He's an animal at the table. 3-7. And now at 3-8, it's all so very predictable right now. The concluding points of this Brazilian Championship 2011.
8-4.
I told you he never misses out on a towel down. Never ever have I seen him miss one.
There is some players need this to concentrate. Well, if you are winning, it's okay, but if you are losing like that, it's boring that he stops every time.
Yeah. It's too hard, it's dynamic, it's aggressive. And short of having blood on the floor, you wouldn't know really what else you could get from him. He really absolutely is putting the knife in. It's 9-4. And it's 10-4, 4-10 now, and this is championship points to Dmitrij Ovtcharov of Germany. FREITAS has been blown away. He's missed the backhand, which was his favorite, but Freitas is not finished yet. Not quite. It's not in his nature to give it away.
No, even though he knows that it's almost there, but at least he has, as a great champion, he'll put the balls and
another one for 6. But the big deal here is that Ovtcharov will have the serve now. 4 championship points. Oh, you beauty, took it early, absolutely dynamic forehand from Freitas to finish off what was a fabulous rally.
It's a very difficult ball to make, a lot of risk in there. It's kind of ball you do some moments you are winning or losing too easy, or if you really have no other choice.
And that's it, that is the championship point, and that is victory for Dmitrij Ovtcharov, who raises his hand in triumph, acknowledges the crowd, and I must say they have seen, well, you never know what kind of champion he will be. He's obviously representing Brazil now as the champion of 2011, but I've got a feeling that this guy is going to go on and be something even more special in the big world of table tennis, because he has got something about him which is very, very aggressive, but his talent is extraordinary. Absolutely superb. He came as the #1 seed. He has delivered on that particular promise, and I tell you, he has not lost a game in the whole championship. That in itself tells the tale.
Yeah, of course. I mean, nothing to say when you end a tournament like that. He didn't win, he didn't lose one set until the end. He took the control of the match very early in this final. Freitas tried to find solutions, but it was just too good. When in days like that, you just congratulate your opponent and you feel relaxed because there was nothing else he could have done.
Well, it's been a really, really fascinating battle. My first time that I've been to Brazil, first time to Rio de Janeiro. It's been fascinating. I've loved every second of it, and I particularly love the company of Tiago Monteiro, my co-commentator for today. It's been a great pleasure. Thanks a lot for being with us. We've still got the prize presentation